Claudette Colvin and Rosa Parks, The Real Story, a film by Amy Johansson. Many Americans know about the Montgomery bus boycotts during the Civil Rights Movement. We've also heard about Rosa Parks refusing to give up her seat to a white passenger. But most people have never heard of Claudette Colvin. Most of us do not know that Rosa Parks was not one of the first African Americans to refuse to give up her seat to a white commuter in Montgomery, Alabama. In fact, Claudette Colvin came before her. Claudette was only 15 years old, studying the freeing of the slaves in high school, when one day in early March 1955 she was on a bus, and as she later recalled, "I feel like Sojourner Truth was pushing down on one shoulder and Harriet Tubman was pushing down on another, saying, 'Sit down, girl.' I was glued in my seat." She was arrested for not moving to make room for a white woman when asked by the bus driver. A witness at the time said Claudette was insisting loudly that it was her constitutional right to stay in her seat. Regardless, she was convicted in the local courts for violating the segregation law, disturbing the peace, and also assault, even though there was no evidence she had insulted anyone. The following year, Claudette was one of the plaintiffs in a civil rights lawsuit that ended up before the U.S. Supreme Court, which ruled that segregated buses were in fact unconstitutional and ordered that they be integrated. So why is Claudette Colvin's name so unknown while Rosa Parks is famous? We do not know about Claudette because she did not get wide recognition for her brave actions, mainly because she was so young. The civil rights movement leaders need a representative of the bus boycott who would be as sympathetic and non-threatening as possible to the majority of white voters outside the South that they were trying to persuade to support the desegregation cause. So they searched for that person, who turned out to be Rosa Parks. After Colvin had been arrested, the NAACP got swamped with letters to boycott the Montgomery bus system. The person whose those letters went to was Rosa Parks, who worked in the NAACP at the time. Claudette ended up working at the office of the NAACP, and she got to know Rosa Parks. The members of the NAACP met about who should be the face of the boycott. They decided that Rosa Parks was the best person for the role because she was quiet, light-skinned, respectable, middle-aged woman in her 40s. Unlike Colvin, who was darker-skinned and had gotten pregnant possibly by a white man after her arrest. But most of all was an outspoken teenage girl. Rosa Parks sat down on the bus in the white zone and got arrested exactly 6 months after Claudette Colvin did. She proved to be a sympathetic figure for the whiter American voters, and the rest is history. Of course, we will never know if the voters might have accepted Claudette Colvin as a sympathetic figure also.